siya na ang langit kinakampay kanyang bagwis.
Parating na ang agila, isasama niya ang bayan sa paglipad, paglipad, sa paglipad. At kung tayo'y maniligan at
is a Filipino
magkaisa.
politician and lawyer. She is popularly known in the Philippines as Inday Sara. The nickname Inday means beloved in the Visayan language. In her baptism records, her name is Sara Vicenta, in honor of her grandfather, Vicente. She is the second child of Rodrigo Roa Duterte, the 16th President of the Republic of the Philippines, and Elizabeth Zimmerman Duterte, a former flight attendant and teacher. Sara is the first ever elected woman and the youngest vice mayor and mayor of Davao City. Her life is profoundly backdropped by her family's long history in politics and public service. Her socio-political acumen and leadership skills have been sharpened by the Duterte family's tradition of working in the government and serving the people. Sara's grandfather, lawyer Vicente Tete Gonzales Duterte, was governor of the then undivided Davao Province from 1959 to 1965. For 3 years, starting 1965, he served as the Secretary of General Services of former President Ferdinand Marcos. Before this, he served as acting mayor of Cebu's municipality of Danao from 1946 to 1948. Sara's Lolo Tete was a man remembered by many for his humility and magnanimity. Her grandmother, Soledad Gonzales Roa, was an educator who established a foundation in Davao City that served indigenous people's children needing education. On the other hand, Sara's maternal ancestry provided her with an acute understanding of the heart of the working class. Her maternal grandfather, Godofredo Baldazo Zimmerman, was the son of George John Zimmerman, a German-American missionary, and Cristita Baldazo, who hailed from Hilongos, Leyte. Her Lolo Godo worked his way up from crew to ship captain. Sara's grandmother, Purissima Puring Fortunado Abellana, was an exuberant popular vendor in Davao City's Bangkerohan and Manila's Baclaran markets. Puring's roots are traced back to Tuburan, Cebu, and is said to be a putative descendant of Hari Tupas, the son-in-law of Hari Humabon. Before politics, Sara had a brief stint as a court attorney in the Supreme Court of the Philippines in 2006. She then served as vice mayor from 2007 to 2010 and was elected mayor in 2010 in what is now known as the biggest landslide election victory in the history of Davao. Although a newcomer in 2007, Sara demonstrated transformational leadership skills among the members of the City Council. Her colleague, the veteran legislator Pilar Braga, described her as a firm, principled, tactful negotiator, pacifier, and fearless administrator. One of the landmark legislation passed when she was vice mayor was the Watershed Code of Davao. It aims to protect, conserve, and manage the watershed areas of the city. Her landmark project while serving vice mayor was Inday Para sa Barangay, a whole-of-government approach to service every year in each of the 182 barangays of the city. It is now called the Caravan of Government Services when she moved to the city mayor's office. During her term as mayor, the timeless Davao Life is Here brand was created. It propelled Davao City's image as a desired market and destination for investment and tourism events, including the meetings, incentives, conference, exhibitions market. As a neophyte mayor in 2010, she easily gained the trust of Region 11 economic pillars. Then President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. appointed her as chairperson of the Regional Development Council. The RDC under her leadership made notable accomplishments that propelled the region. She was also selected as a NEDA Board Regional Development Committee Mindanao Area Committee Chairperson. During her first full year as RDC chairperson, Davao Region's gross-regional domestic product expanded from 3.9% in 2011 to 7.1% in 2012. Because of this notable accomplishment, Sara was lauded by Joey Salceda, a prominent economist and well-respected member of the House of Representatives, as someone with an enlightened leadership style and sophisticated economic thinking. Under Sara's leadership, Davao City soared to greater heights and emerged as a premier city in Mindanao. For the short period of 2011 to 2013, Davao City received 36 awards, citations, and recognitions for good governance, business, tourism, health, environment, fiscal management, transparency, among others. Sara served as a regional officer of the National Movement of Young Legislators in 2007 to 2010 and served as officer in the National Executive Board of the League of Cities Philippines in 2010 to 2013. At this point, she already figured in the early surveys for senators in the 2013 elections, even if she was underage. In 2013, Sara took a respite from politics, devoting her time as one of the partner lawyers of Carpio and Duterte lawyers. She passed the pre-judicature program of the Philippine Judicial Academy in preparation for her plans to join the judiciary. Her desire to continue serving the public led her to be involved in a non-government organization, and in 2014, she was elected to the Board of Governors of the Philippine Red Cross. On the side, she worked on various product endorsements and as a segment host for a local morning news show on GMA Network. Her hosting job gave her the opportunity to volunteer, deliver relief, and report firsthand on the damage and the needs of the Boholanos during the 2013 earthquake. In 2016, Sara re-entered local politics and ran for mayor. She and her mother Elizabeth, who was in between cancer treatments, embarked on a national bus caravan called Biyaheng Duterte to help campaign for President Duterte. They were joined by some members of the family and Sara's friends and classmates from high school. Fresh from the success of the bus campaign, the centerpiece of her mayoral comeback was called Biyaheng Duterte, a political agenda guided by 30 projects for 10 priority sectors: education, health, poverty alleviation, infrastructure development, solid waste management and environment, agriculture, investment and tourism, traffic and transportation management, disaster risk reduction and management, and peace and order. As a believer of continuity, Sara's 2019 mayoral re-election bid was anchored on the 2016 platform, but this time called Biyaheng Duterte, the second trip. Sara relentlessly pursued peace and progress in her administration. As a result, she was able to lift Davao City to a stellar national status with 117 awards, citations, and recognitions from March 2017 to December 2021. Davao City is included on the 2021 Top 10 Richest Cities of the Philippines of the Commission on Audit. And in the same year, Davao City was ranked the 4th most competitive, highly urbanized city by the Department of Trade and Industry. At the end of calendar year 2022, Davao City is expected to be debt-free. At the start of 2016, when she returned as mayor, Davao City's loan balance was in the amount of 1.3 billion pesos out of all loans contracted by the city during the years 2000, between 2005 and 2010, and in 2015. Loan repayments have been consistently provided for in the budget. For the year 2022, the amount of 46.7 million pesos has been made available for the final repayment, making Davao City debt-free. During her terms as mayor between 2016 and 2022, she played supporting roles to the Regional Development Council and the Regional Peace and Order Council. Sara accepted the challenge of the appointment as chairperson of both the Metropolitan Davao Coordinating Committee under the RDC and the Task Force Tuganay of the RPOC. Both committees are trailblazing peace and development initiatives in Region 11. The Metro Davao Committee lists as an accomplishment the House of Representatives and Senate approval of the creation of Metropolitan Davao Development Authority. Sara has been recognized both here and abroad for the work that she has done as local chief executive. In 2012, she was one of the 88 nominees to the prestigious World Mayor Awards and one of the only 2 Filipino mayor nominees. In 2021, she was selected as the Philippines' top-performing mayor with a rating of 93% by an independent and non-commissioned survey of the RP Mission and Development Foundation, Incorporated. It was a feat achieved in the time of the crushing COVID-19 pandemic. Foreign governments have also recognized Sara for her work, generously supporting and inviting her to learn from their countries. She was one of only 2 Philippine mayors invited in 2012 by the government of Israel to attend the 28th International Mayors Conference. In that same year, she also participated in the World Mayors Forum in Singapore. In 2018, Sara participated in an urban planning study tour in the cities of Tokyo and Kitakyushu with the Japan International Cooperation Agency. And in 2020, she attended the 88th Winter Meeting of the United States Conference of Mayors in Washington, D.C. Sara is an alumna of the International Visitors Leadership Program of the U.S. State Department. Her advocacies are reflected in the projects dearest to her, the Peace 911, Magnegosyo Taday, Pagbabago Campaign, and the Kian Gabriel Hotline. Peace 911 is a successful local peace initiative that practically brought stability to the once conflict area of Baquibato District in Davao City. The project contributed to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. Magnegosyo Taday is a livelihood support project that encouraged entrepreneurship of women. The success of MTD spawned the Rainbow Magnegosyo Taday that intend to support entrepreneurship in the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transsexual community. The Pagbabago campaign is a 2-pronged approach to solving interlocking problems related to poverty, children's education, and responsible parenthood. Through the Pagbabago campaign, children and parents in the communities are given bags branded as Pagbabago that contain reading materials on the importance of education and responsible parenting. Sara personally delivers these bags to children and parents. She uses her voice and influence to steer families into the right path out of poverty. The Kian Gabriel Hotline was created to allow anonymous reporting of child neglect and abuse that paved the way to rescue children in distress. The hotline was created in memory of 2 children in Davao City who died because of abuse. Since its operationalization in October 2016 and as of January 2022, no child has died at the hands of abusers in the city. In 2018, Sara led the creation of Hugpong ng Pagbabago, a region-wide political party aimed at creating a strong, peaceful, and developed region that can become a symbol of hope for our country's progress. Just like in 2016, she also went around the country in 2019, but this time on her favorite big bike, a 900cc Yamaha XSR, she fondly named Ella to help campaign for senator candidates. In November 2021, Sara took her oath as a member of the Lakas Christian Muslim Democrats National Party. Sara is currently the chairperson of both the HNP and Lakas CMD. Sara is an adopted member of the Philippine Military Academy Maharlika Class of 1984 and the Philippine National Police Academy Tagapagkalinga Class of 1991. She is a member of the Philippine Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Armed Forces of the Philippines Army Reserve Command. She holds the rank of Colonel and is currently the Assistant Brigade Commander of the 2202nd Ready Reserve Combined Arms Brigade, Philippine Army. She has received several medals, ribbons, badges, and citations for her work in Davao in support of the Armed Forces of the Philippines. She also received a presidential award from former President Benigno Simeon Aquino Jr. and the Philippine Commission for the Urban Poor in December 2011. And in August 2021, Sara was celebrated by Asia Pacific Luminaire Awards as someone who has contributed to the creation of a brighter future. Sara is a Bachelor of Science in Respiratory Therapy graduate from the San Pedro College in Davao City. She received her Juris Doctor degree from the San Sebastian College Recoletos in the city of Manila. She was presented as one of the 30 most outstanding St. Augustine awardees of San Sebastian in January 2014 and was granted by the San Sebastian College of Law the Distinguished Alumna Award for Public Service in February 2020. She also received the Distinguished Woman of Service Award from the San Beda College Alumni Association in February 2011. Sara spent 4 years of law school at the San Beda and her final year in San Sebastian. Sara is a graduate in 2011 of the twin program of the Armed Forces of the Philippines Command and General Staff College, General Staff Course, and the Development Academy of the Philippines, Master of Public Management. Sara is blessed as an adopted member of the Ate tribe of Davao City in 2013. She was given the name Bio Simulun. She is also an adopted daughter of the province of Camarines Sur and the city of Tangub, and in 2019, she was blessed as an adopted daughter of the province of Abras Tingyan tribe, given the name Dulimaman, which was inspired from the courageous heroine in the tribe's epic Wadagan Ken Dulimaman. Sara was once involved in an infamous punching incident of a court sheriff in 2011. She has twice publicly apologized for what happened and was suspended by the Department of the Interior and Local Government and reprimanded through an administrative case. Looking back, she describes the sad incident as a turning point in her life as a politician, a constant reminder not to embarrass the mandate given to me by the people. She now considers herself the best person to talk about peace because she was once a national face of rage. Meanwhile, Sara has a collection of photos of herself with facades and altars of numerous Catholic churches taken during her travels all around the country. She is keenly interested in the architecture and history of Catholic churches, believing that each reflect the faith of the people and the uniqueness of the towns where these churches are built. She is married to fellow lawyer Manassas Reyes Carpio, and they have 3 children named Shark, Stingray, and Stonefish. Inday Sara is undoubtedly no magician, but the strength of her heart to lift everyone and soar high, fight, and win makes her second to none.
Dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran.
Today, love you! Huwag ka mag-alala, naturuan kita!
Siya'y isang simpleng tao, aking napatunayan. Mapagpakumbaba sa madla at maging sa kaibigan. Siya ay idolo ng marami, matanda at kabataan. Idolo ng inyong lingkod at tunay kong hinahangaan. At ngayong nakita ko na ang tunay na agila sa buong Pilipinas, siya'y aking ipapakilala. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo papabayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte! Di tayo papabayaan, bayan ay aalagaan. Eto na, Inday Sara, here she comes. Duterte!
Assalamualaikum sa mga kapatid nating Muslim. Maayong buntag kaninyong mga Bisaya. Marhay na aga sa Indogabos sa mga kababayang Bicolano. Payap aabak sa mga Kapampangan naimbag abigat sa mga Ilocano, maayong aga sa mga Ilonggo, maupay nga agahan mga waray. Masantos ya kabuwasan sa mga Pangasinense, maradyaw na buntag sa mga Surigao-non. Buenos dias con ustedes mga Chavacano at magandang umaga sa inyong lahat. Sana po ay nasa mabuti kayong kalagayan. Kamusta po kayong lahat? Lalo na yung mga kababayan natin sa ibang bansa na malayo po sa kanilang mga pamilya. Dahil sa COVID-19, online pa rin muna tayo, pero kahit online tayo, global naman ang reach natin. At mula sa studio, kasama din po natin si Councilor Tec Ocampo ng 1st District ng Davao City, ang councilor ko. Councilor Tec?
Mayor Sara, good morning po. Good morning po sa lahat ng mga nanonood ngayon ng Sara All For You.
Yes. Ang lagi natin pinag-uusapan dito, Councilor Tec, no, yung trabaho mo sa konseho. And lagi nating pinag-uusapan yung mga sectors. Ngayong umaga naman, ano yung isa pang sektor na naisip mong kailangan ng tulong mo as councilor?
Yes po, nakipag-konsulta rin po tayo sa transport sector. Ito yung mga jeepney drivers, mga taxi drivers, at nakausap din natin sila, especially ang concerns nila regarding dun sa modernization program. Kasi doon tayo patungo para gumanda yung ating transportation. So, ang public transport, I mean. So, sa pag-uusap po namin, may mga concerns sila na sana tulungan daw sila dito sa transition. So, makikipagtulungan tayo sa kanila with the LGU and maybe sa private sector paano sila matutulungan, magkakaroon ng pag-uusap para maitawid sila during this transition period. Kasi yun lang talaga ang concerns nila, especially yung kukuha sila ng loan, kukuha ng makabagong mga sasakyan. So, kailangan po nila ng assistance. Although meron na existing program ngayon ang gobyerno, pero marami pa rin sa kanila yung mga agam-agam. So, kailangan natin siguro tulungan sila para maintindihan nila kung ano yung mga proseso at maiahon sila doon sa kanilang iniisip na baka balakid sa kanilang pagbiyahe.
Yes. Councilor Tec, oo. Yan yung pinaka-importante sa lahat, no? Yung hand-holding natin sa kanila, particularly doon sa financing. Dahil mangungutang talaga sila para doon sa kanilang modernization. But the government is here to support them and will be by their side every step of the way para sa modernization. Dahil para naman sa atin lahat ito.
Yes, marami pong salamat, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilor Tec. Ngayong umaga, kasama po natin si Ma'am Irene Santiago o kilala din siya as Inday Santiago para sa proyektong Peace 911 ng Davao City. Good morning, Ma'am Inday.
I'm Buntag. Good morning. Good to be here.
Yes, ma'am. Opo, ikaw ay Davaoeña and gusto namin ikaw muna makilala sa trabaho mo sa kapayapaan para sa ating bansa. Pwede mo ba maikwento yung mga nagawa mo na, ma'am, for peace in our country?
Alam mo, I started long before you were born. So, I started in 1977 to organize for Muslim women. So, MNLF pa noon. So, organizer na ako, community organizer. Yan ang ginawa ko for 10 years. So, ang direction ng work ko was helping women, poor women in Muslim, minority communities. So, doon nabigyan ang aking work with the people, especially women. Tapos, after that, after local, Mindanao, naging Philippines, tapos naging Asia Pacific. Tapos I ended up in the UN. So nagtrabaho ako sa UN for a while. I was the chief of the Asia Pacific section of the UN Fund for Women. So pagkatapos noon, I organized the largest international conference on women in history. So I organized a conference for 30,000 people in Beijing in 1995. So then I came back here, tapos nakita ko saan ba talaga ang mga kababaihan sa ating ginagawang proseso sa kapayapaan. Where are the women's voices? So nako nag-start nag-organize na naman ng Mindanao Commission on Women para sabayan namin yung peace process, yung peace negotiations, to make sure that women have a voice. So later, I was fortunate, I became a negotiator. So during the time of President Arroyo, I was a member of the peace panel negotiating with the MILF. And then, the Comprehensive Peace Agreement was signed in 2014. In 2016, when President Duterte became the head of state, I was appointed to be the chair of the implementing panel, the panel implementing the peace agreement, which was the honor of my life. So, so I'm one of probably the only woman in the world today who has both been a negotiator and an implementer. I also have been teaching for the past 15 years peace at the Rotary Peace Center in Chulalongkorn University in Thailand. So lahat na yan, mga experiences ko when we finally came to Peace 911.
Yes, ma'am. Kung maalala mo, ma'am, nagkita tayo sa isang mall dito sa Davao City. And sinabi ko sa iyo, Ma'am Inday, Ma'am Irene, tulungan mo naman ako sa kapayapaan natin dito sa Davao City. And then you helped me with Peace 911. So pwede mo bang i-explain kung paano nabuo natin ang Peace 911?
If you remember, Inday Sara, in the beginning, you wanted to have negotiations, diba, with the NPA. Kasi you had a very, very emotional experience, remember, with that woman, with that man who died, and you took care of the wife and the orphans, children. So it was you wanted to stop the whole 50 years of violent conflict sa Pakibato through negotiations. Pero pagkatapos in a few months, we were stopped from doing the negotiations. Bakit? Kasi the president declared the NPA terrorist organization. So pagka-terrorist organization, you cannot negotiate with them. Diba? So nag-emergency meeting tayo at sinabi natin, so what do we do now? So I suggested that we do local peace building. Yun ang start ng Peace 911. Tapos, kung tanungin niyo ako, paano naging Peace 911? Nag-iisip ako ng title for our program in Pakibato, tapos dumaan yung 911. Tapos sabi ko, yan ang pangalan natin kasi it was an emergency situation and we needed to stop the violence because it had been going on far too long. So ang ginawa natin, when you have a conflict as long as that, the first thing you have to do is to restore trust. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Yung ibalik ang tiwala ng mga tao. Dito, in this case, tiwala sa gobyerno. So, sa anong ginawa natin? Pinakinggan natin ang mga tao. Kasi yan ang importante. That the people feel they have a voice. So we held what we call panag-ambit, yung mga consultations natin, di ba? So we listened to the farmers, the women, the youth, the indigenous people, kasi ancestral domain yun, at saka yung faith-based organizations. So pagkatapos natin nun, bakit natin ginawa yun? First, kailangan pakinggan natin. But also it's important to do that because people have been voiceless for too long. No? So, kailangan natin malaman what is their immediate need. Pagka pumupunta ka sa area na gusto mong tapusin na ang violent conflict, you really have to deal with the immediate needs. So anong nadinig natin sa panag-ambit, sa consultations? Ang nadinig natin, dalawa ang kanilang immediate needs. These are hunger and fear. So takot at gutom. So kaagad, the government came in, may caravan of services twice a month for every barangay. There were 13 plus 4 barangays. Tapos, and then the fear. Kasi takot ang mga tao, they feared the NPA and the military. So parang, sabi nila, para silang bibingka. So, the military, we were very fortunate to have battalions who were really good. They had been oriented very well on peace. They were on the same page as us. So they started to help, and they were very respectful, and etc. So yung dalawa, hunger and fear, having met those immediate needs, importante yun. Ang isang importante pa na ginawa natin was nag-establish tayo ng hotline. So ang mga tao doon, pwedeng tumawag 24 hours. There's immediate response. Kung ano man, complaint, recommendation, request, information. So it was a way of feeling na there is a government, that is looking after us. So the hotline was important. The caravan of services was important. The fact that military was on the same page, those things were important. Okay, so ang pinaka-stunning effect of all of that was that in 9 months, the military said the insurgency had really gone down. Hindi pa naman matawag peace. Kasi ang peace, dalawang sides yan. When you stop the violence, negative peace ang tawag niyan. Pero kailangan natin positive peace para hindi bumalik. So that it will endure. So ngayon, nandito na tayo ngayon sa positive peace. Ang palagi kong sinasabi sa mga tao, kasi pagka tinatanong mo ang tao, magsasabi sila, what is the cause of the insurgency? 9 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, ang sagot is, poverty is the cause of the insurgency. Kung yan ang truth, then lahat ng poor people ay insurgent, di ba? But it's not true. The cause of insurgency is inequality. So yun, may grievance sila about the inequality they feel, whether it's injustice, yung mga ganon, it's inequality. So kailangan, pagka bumalik tayo doon at gumawa ng what we call development, kailangan tinatanong natin ang sarili natin, who benefits, who suffers. For example, dami nating infrastructure ngayon. Daming highway na ngayon, papunta Bukidnon, daming infrastructure. You have to ask yourself, we have to ask ourselves, who will benefit from this? Who will suffer from this? Ang mag-benefit ba? Ang komprador, di ba? Bababa pa rin ang presyo ng gulay doon, pagbili nila. Pero yayaman ang komprador. So those are the things that we have to be careful about. So ang ginagawa natin ngayon is really what we call positive peace. At siguro, Inday Sara, you can tell the people here what you decided about after our experience in Pakibato, what you want to do for the city.
Yes, opo, ma'am. Napakita mo, ma'am, no? And na-explain mo na nakatulong siya sa Pakibato District natin. Meron siyang effect doon sa community. And now, it is lauded to be a contributor to the collapse of the New People's Army Guerrilla Front 55. And nagpapasalamat kami sa iyo, Ma'am Irene, and sa mga kasamahan mo sa Peace 911 committee na hindi ninyo talaga, you'd never let go of what we envisioned to do for peace in Pakibato District in Davao City. And our Peace 911 spawned the Peace 911, a peace-building office for the city government of Davao. Pwede mo bang ma-explain sa amin, ma'am, itong peace-building office natin?
Okay, so si Mayor Inday Sara thought na nung tinanong ko siya, okay, anong gusto mo na sunod? Tapos sabi niya, nagulat ako, sabi niya, I want it for the entire city. Sabi ko, really? Sabi niya, yeah. Sabi niya, hindi lang sa Pakibato yan, for the entire city. And talaga naman, it is trailblazing. Gaya nung ginawa natin sa gender equality, di ba? Tayo yung una for the Gender and Development Code. I said, my God, this is going to be the first time that any city is going to do something like this. So I'm very happy to announce to everybody that the City Council is on board, and we already had the second reading last Tuesday. Tapos they approved on second reading the ordinance to establish the Center, Peace 911, the Center for Peace Building for the entire city of Davao. So we're going to have peace education. We'll have to have we will build local capacities for peace sa mga barangay, sa mga eskwelahan, even the private sector. Ang ano kasi this is development. Hindi pala. Yung kailangan, titingnan natin kung yung ginagawa natin sa development will lead to peace. Ha? Kasi kung nag-i-increase siya ng dividers natin, it has to increase our connectors. Yung connector to one another. Kasi yan ang ibig sabihin ng peace, no? That we are connected to one another. We are connected to nature. We are connected to each other in community. Yan ang ibig sabihin ng peace. So, kung ang vision ni Inday Sara was really something, this is not just for places with insurgency. This is for our entire society. So, ang ginawa natin, pinag-aralan natin ngayon yung what is a peaceful society. So the Institute for Economics and Peace, meron silang pinag-research nila talaga what are the characteristics of a peaceful society. Kasi yan ngayon ang gagawin natin dito sa ating Center for Peace Building. So the 8 pillars of peaceful society, and it's called the 8 pillars of positive peace, are: number 1, a well-functioning government; number 2, low levels of corruption; 3, acceptance of the rights of others; 4, good relations with our neighbors; 5, sound business environment; 6, high levels of human capital; 7, equitable distribution of resources; and 8, free flow of information. So yan ngayon, in the city of Davao, we are going to build those 8 pillars of positive peace so that our society will become a peaceful, not only a peaceful society, but also a resilient society. A peaceful society is a resilient society. So ganon. So para hindi yung sabihin mo, project lang tayo. Hindi tayo project lang. Talagang pinag-aralan natin ngayon what makes a society peaceful. And that's where the city of Davao is going. So thank you, Inday Sara, for that vision.
Yes, and thank you, Ma'am Inday, for helping Davao City do it, no? And sa 8 na na-mention mo, ma'am, I think meron na tayong 5 doon. Need na lang natin i-strengthen yon. And Davao City is excited sa ating Peace 911, a Center for Peace Building. Ito talaga ang gusto nating lahat. Mapayapang pamumuhay po, Ma'am Irene. And we thank you, the City Government of Davao, the Davaoenos. Thank you for sharing everything that you have learned about peace and putting it all together dito sa Davao City para po sa aming lahat. Maraming salamat po sa inyo, Ma'am Irene. And of course, sa mga kasamahan natin sa Peace 911 committees, ang dami po nating mga partners para po mapanigurado na successful and merong effects ang ating Peace 911 dito sa Davao City. Ma'am, meron ka bang message for all the Davaoenos at sa mga kaibigan natin sa buong mundo?
Yes. This is what I always say, and I'm just quoting from a very, very famous peace theorist and practitioner, si William Ury. Sabi niya, peace is not easy. but it's simple. Huh? It's not easy, but it's simple. Peace is about us. No, it's about community. It's about us. So ibig sabihin tayo lahat, no? So let's all come together. It's not easy, but it's simple. It's about us. We can all be peacemakers, peace builders, and peacekeepers. And we look forward to building all those capacities through the Center for Peace Building with your leadership.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Davaoenos will come together for Davao City, and all the Filipinos will really come together for the Philippines. Thank you once again, Ma'am Inday Irene Santiago. Bago tayo mag-break, shout out muna po sa mga support groups natin. Salamat po sa inyong tiwala at suporta. Sara All, Super Inday, kay Inday Sara, Lilipad ang Pilipinas, Okay Slap, Counselor Tech.
Magandang proyekto ang Peace 911. Sa pakibato ngayon, talagang noon medyo mag-aalanganin pa ibang tao pupunta because of the presence of the rebels. Pero ngayon napakaganda na, no? Masyado ng peaceful ang lugar. And with your yung Center for Peace Building na maipatupad yon, malaking malaking epekto yon sa society ng Davao City. At sana naman makita ng ibang lugar, no? Especially yung mga lugar na nagsastruggling pa na magkaroon talaga ng peace.
Totoo yan, Sir Tecno. Gusto natin i-share yung experience natin dito sa Davao City. Hindi siya naging madali, pero at least meron na silang modeling sa peace building in communities.
Okay. So, mga kababayan, sa pagbabalik po ng SA4U, muli nating makakapanayam ang isang magaling, magiting at matalinong abogado na kandidato pagka-senador sa ilalim ng unity team sa pagbabalik po namin.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Sa kanyang dala, sa kanyang mga papag, kasama tayo sa pag-ibig. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, at tataasipan tayo. Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Welcome back ulit sa SA4U. Muli nating makakasama ang dating Chief Presidential Legal Counsel ni Pangulong Duterte at ang ating kaibigan na tumatakbo din pagka-senador, si Attorney Sal Panelo. Attorney Sal, pwede mo pang ma-explain sa amin kung bakit ka tumakbong senator?
Dalawang dahilan kung bakit ako tumatakbo senador. Number one, si Presidente Duterte bago siya bumaba sa kanyang panguluhan, gusto niya na meron siyang mga kaalyado na tutulong sa kanya kahit wala na po siya sa panguluhan. Ibig sabihin, meron po siyang mga batas na isinulong na nakabuti sa ating mga kababayan. Ang kanyang problema, baka pag bumaba na siya, yung Kongreso ay napasukan ng mga kontra sa kanya, yung mga ayaw sa kanya, baka yung mga batas na naisulong nila ay maamihandahan, baka masira pa, kaloko-loko, babalik na naman tayo sa dati. Maliban pa dyan, meron po akong mga plataforma ng gobyerno na matagal ko na pong pinag-iisipan na isusulong ko para sa ating bansa. Unang-una, ang pangunahing pong tungkulin ng pamahalaan ay ayon sa saligang batas ay magbigay ng serbisyo at ng proteksyon sa taong bayan. Tingnan mo natin, kung ito ay napapatupad. Alam po ba ninyo na merong batas na libre ang edukasyon, libre ang kolehiyo? Alam niyo po ba yun? Alam nyo, tatanungin ko kayo, sino sa inyo ang nakaapak na sa koleyo na libre pagtaas ng kamay? Libre Okay na nyo? Libre ang edukasyon, Mayor Sara. Libre ang edukasyon, pero pagtaas ng kamay. Ibig sabihin, libre nga, pero ang karamihan ay hindi yung nakakaapak sa koleyo. Ito naman, libre na nga ang gamot. Libre na ang doktor. Sino sa inyo? Sino sa inyo ang nakalibre na ng ospital at doktor na walang bayad? Taas nga ako ng kamay. Biro niyo yan, pero libre yan ang problema. Kaya, alam niyo po, sa akin, ito ang dapat natin gawin. Pag ako po ay pinalad na maging senador, isusulong ko ang isang batas. Tatanggalin po natin yung mga restrictions, yung mga kwalifikasyon na may examen pa, kailangan magkalimang pas ng sahod. Tatanggalin po natin. Isa lang ang kwalifikasyon. Ano ang kwalifikasyon? Pag kayo ay pinanganak na Pilipino, libre na dapat lahat. Meron pa ako naiisip para sa inyong mga inanantahanan. Sino ba inanantahanan dito? Yung mga inanantahanan, palagi may problema sa budgeting, di ba? Eto, magsusulong ako ng batas pag tinulungan niyo ako maging senador. Buwan-buwan ang gobyerno obligado na magbigay ng regular, permanenteng 10,000 allowance. Meron pa ako. Magsusulong po ako ng batas sa Senado pag ako'y nanalo ng gobyerno sa bawat litro ng gasolinang ng mga drivers, sa bawat litro ng krudo, sa bawat piyesang bibilin, dapat kalahati lang ang bayaran nila. Ang gobyerno ang dapat mag-subsidize ng kalahati. Kaya dapat meron na akong plantilla, regular na sahod ang mga kapitan, tanod, kagawad, SK. Iyan ang ibibigay natin sa kanila para may benefits sila. May sick leave, may vacation leave, may Christmas bonus, may retirement pay. Kailangan doblehin din natin ang sweldo ng mga guro, pareho ng mga pulis at militar.
Attorney Sal!
Pero Mayor Sara, nabanggit nyo kanina
Yes.
na yung pong mga Down syndrome, hindi lang po Down syndrome. Alam po ninyo, meron kaming anak ni Dr. Panelong special child. Napakahirap mag-alaga ng special child. Maniwala kayo, makakagawa ako ng aklat tungkol sa kahirapan ng pag-aalaga. Alam niyo ba natuklasan ko, Mayor Sara at mga kababayan, halos 3 milyon na bata na pinanganak na may kapansanan. Ito yung mga cerebral palsy, autistic, yung Down syndrome, yun ang tinatawag na mongoloid. Yun ang anak namin ni Dr. Panelo. Kaya ang dasal mo namin, kay Carlo noon, sabi namin sana, kunin na ng dakilang lumika ito, maunang mamatay sa amin, sapagkat pag namatay ho kami, sino ang mag-aalaga? Hindi kayo makakaasa sa mga bata, sa mga nakakabatang kapatid o nakakatandang kapatid. Bakit? Meron din ng mga pamilya yan. Mahirap. Kaya dininig naman ho ang dasal namin, namatay na ho si Carlo namin, 5 taon na nakakalipas. Pero ito ang problema. Paano yung 3 milyon na mga children with special needs? Sino ang mag-aalaga sa kanila kung unang mamatay ang mga magulang? Saan pupulutin itong mga ito? Sa kalsada. Sapagat mayroon nga dyan, kinakahiya pa nila mga special children. Alam nyo, kaya binigay ng Diyos sa atin ang mga special children upang ipakita ang pagkatao natin, ang ipapakita natin kung paano tayo mag-aaruga, magmamahal sa kapwa-tao natin na may mga kapansanan nung sila'y pinanganak. Every citizen and every government of any country has the duty to take and protect children with special needs. Kaya magsusulong po ako ng batas, uuobligahin natin, pag ako'y naging senador, uuobligahin natin ang gobyerno na magtayo ng special facilities sa lahat ng special children sa buong Pilipinas. Yun ang mga senior citizens, nagre-reklamo, kailangan dagdagan daw ang kanilang mga benefits. Yun ang mga persons with disability, may mga kapansanan na nagrereklamo din. Bakit naman sila lang? Kami rin. Kailangan din namin ng at kung ano pa mga gamit. Kaya sabi natin, isasama natin yung persons with disability. Kailangan bigyan din natin sila ng atensyon sa ating mga kasama sa pamahalaan. Kaya sabi ko sa mga LGBT, ang gagawin natin, patataasin natin ang kaparusahan. Gawin kaya natin 30 taon ang pagbilanggo pag nilabag ang inyong karapatan. Gawin kaya natin habang buhay. Para wala nang lalabag sa karapatan, ang gagaling ng mga LGBT. Yung bumubunga ng prutas, ilagay natin sa lahat ng kalsada ng Pilipinas, mga punong kahoy na may santol, lahat na klase na prutas para ang tao, pag nadaan sa kahit anong bahagi ng Pilipinas, pag nagutom, merong pipitasin. Hindi mo ba? O, ayan o. O, ayan o. Mayor Sara.
Yes, Attorney Sal.
Yan,
Opo.
yan po ang mga ibang plataforma ng gobyerno na susulong ko kung ako inyong ma-endorso bilang senador at manalo sa tulong ninyo at sa tulong ng ating mga kababayan.
Opo, Attorney Sal, of course, lahat kami ay tutulong sa iyong kandidatura. Bibigay lang po ako ng summary, Attorney Sal. Unang-una, you are a believer of continuity po ng mga magagandang nagawa ng administration. Ibig po sabihin, tuloy-tuloy ang kaunlaran. Pangalawa po, anti-corruption. And pangatlo po, yung mga sectoral intervention o assistance na gusto mong ibigay sa mga people with special needs, sa ating mga senior citizens, sa ating mga LGBT, kung saan miyembro tayong dalawa pala, Attorney Sal, ngayon ko lang nalaman na tayo pala ang dalawa ay magkapatid sa LGBT community. And of course, yung napakagandang idea na fruit-bearing trees ang gagamitin para sa tree planting dyan sa mga highways. Attorney Sal, maraming salamat sa oras ninyo ngayong umaga. Mag-ingat po kayo at lagi pong susuotin ang mask.
Maraming pong salamat, Inday Sara.
Ang turo ng aking mga magulang sa aking pagtatrabaho, dapat pantay-pantay ang lahat. Walang kasarian, edad o relihiyon. Walang mahirap, walang mayaman. Ang kailangan natin, trabaho, edukasyon, mapayapang pamumuhay. Ang kailangan ng bansa, pagkakaisa ng bayan, disiplinadong mamamayan, tuloy-tuloy na kaunlaran. Ako si Inday Sara Duterte. Matibay ang puso na maglilingkod para sa mga Pilipino, para sa Pilipinas. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
Sa kanyang dala, sa kanyang mga papag, kasama tayo sa pag-ibig. Sa kanyang puso ay titibay tayo, at tataasipan tayo. Inday Sara, sa'yo lang umaasa.
Welcome back po sa Sara All4U. Sa ikalawang araw ng Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Ride ni Mayor Sara Duterte, maaga pa rin nagsimula ang grupo ni Mayor Sara mula sa Bislig, Surigao del Sur. Magkikitang handang-handa na ang alkalde upang umarangkada sa Day 2 ng Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Ride. Sa kanyang pag-alis sa Hinatuan, Surigao del Sur, makikita ang mainit na pag-send off sa kanyang mga Surigaonon. Pero bago nito, naglagay din ito ng bandila sa mga establishmento sa lugar. So yan na po, nagdagay po ng mga bandila ng Pilipinas si Mayor Sara sa ilang mga establishmento sa lugar. Pagkatapos po ay tumulak na sila sa Agusan del Sur
At unang destinasyon ay ang San Francisco, mas kilalang San Franz. Dumaan din sila sa bayan ng Prosperidad kung saan mainit din siyang sinalubong ng mga residente doon. Binisita rin ni Mayor Sara ang headquarters ng Marcos Sara Duterte Alliance o Masada sa bayan ng Sibagat, Agusan del Sur. Dito nagkaroon ng pagkakataong makumusta ang kanyang mga supporters. Ngayong araw, dumaan na rin ang Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Ride Team sa Butuan City at Cabadbaran City sa Agusan del Norte at pagkatapos tutulak na ito sa Surigao City. Patuloy po nating subaybayan ang Mahalin Natin ang Pilipinas Ride dito lang po sa Mayor Inday Sara Duterte Facebook page at Inday Sara Duterte YouTube channel. Samantala po, bago tayo magbasa ng ating mga messages mula sa ating mga viewers, shoutout muna kay Migo Guerrero ng Super Inday ng Davao City at Davao del Sur. Ayan. Mau Pedro Cabang of Tugbuk District, Davao City. Ayan, happy viewing po. At Magro Multi-Purpose Cooperative of Maragusan, Davao de Oro, especially to Sir Jojo Sabella at Darwin Mandante. Ayan po. Magbabasa na po tayo ng mga mensahe mula sa ating mga manonood. Okay? Umpisahan po natin kay Rose Ann Cruz Mendoza watching from Nueva Ecija. Have a nice day, Ma'am Sara, with others of course. Maraming salamat po sa inyong patuloy na pagsuporta kay Mayor Sara Duterte. Next, mula naman kay Rose Ann Cruz Mendoza. Sara Duterte, have a good day. We are your supporter in my health. Ayun, saan ba yun? Ayan. Supporter in my health with Sir Ariel Baroga. Buong puso po kaming sumusuporta sa inyo upang mapaunlad pa ang ating bansa. At sa aming pagkakaisa, dala namin sa amin panalangin ang maging ligtas sa anumang laban ng buhay from Nueva Ecija. God bless you. Marami pong salamat kay Ma'am Rose Ann. Next. Mula naman kay Nod Pajares Bitara, we support you 101%, Mayor Inday Sara. Yan, greetings from Cavite for Super Inday. Marami pong salamat sa inyong walang sawang pagsuporta. Tuloy-tuloy lang po suporta natin. Mula naman kay Darwin, BBM Sara, sure win. Mahalin natin ang Pilipinas, magkaisa from Riquinto family. Okay po, meron pa tayong isa pang message. Mula naman ito kay Jen Estao Ramiscal sa February 20, Subic, Zambales po, BBM Sara Caravan. Sana po, Ma'am Inday, makapapicture ko po kayo ni Sir BBM. Salamat po in advance. God bless. Ayan. Lumapit na po kayo at sumiksik lang po kayo para mapansin kayo at makapapicture po kayo. Okay?
Happy birthday, Sir Tek Ocampo. I wish you good health and happiness.
Hi Kuya Tek, happy birthday! As you celebrate your birthday, I pray that it will be filled with hope, joy, and many new beginnings. I am truly proud of your decision to run for a public office. You know, stepping out of your comfort zone in order to serve the Tabaweños is an extraordinary act of courage. With your integrity and heart to serve, I am confident that you will give your constituents the kind of service that they deserve and more. May God continue to bless you and your family. Also, praying for your good health and success. Enjoy your special day. Happy birthday again!
Hello there, Kuya Ninong Tek. Happiest birthday to you. Alam mo, isa ka sa pinakamabuting tao na nakasama ko sa media industry. Mahigit isang dekada tayo nagsama sa GMA Network noon. And of course, hindi ko makakalimutan ang ating tandem. Sa bagong tinahak mo na karera ngayon, saludo ako sa iyo. And I'm sure, panalo ka na, Councilor Tek Ocampo. Again, happiest birthday to you. God bless and amping always.
happy birthday, Konsehal Tek. Salamat sa chance na makagreet sa imoa, and I'm very, very proud to have worked with you. We'll always be proud of you.
Happy birthday, Tech! Welcome to the club. I wish you happiness today and good luck on your next journey. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday sa akong pinakakusgan nga agaw nga si Tech Ocampo, soon to be councilor sa 1st District diri sa siyudad sa Davao. Go, good luck, go!
Maraming sa unexpected to dito kasali dito sa script. Sa lahat ng mga nag-greet po, sa lahat na bumati, marami pong salamat sa inyong lahat at thank you. Yan ang masasabi ko, marami pong salamat. Naiiyak na ako. Thank you very much. Marami pong salamat.
Inday Sara, ikaw ang Avila.
Ang Artists for Sara po ay segment natin dito hindi lamang para i-feature, kundi pasalamatan na rin ang mga artists na nagbigay ng oras at kanilang talento para magsulat, kumanta at mag-perform para sa akin. Ngayong umaga para sa Artists for Sara, makakasama po natin si Dr. Sam Zacate, singer and doctor by profession. Good morning po, Doc!
Good morning po, Ma'am Sara, at ang ating soon to be Vice President ng ating mahal na bayan. Thank you po sa pagpapaunlak sa amin dito sa Artists for Sara, at sana po kayo po ay nasa mabuting kalagayan at kalusugan, ma'am.
Thank you po, Doc Sam, sa suportan niyo po sa akin. And paano ba kayo, ano bang nauna, Doc Sam? Naging doktor ka muna bagong naging singer, o singer ka muna and then naging doktor ka?
Dati po, nung kabataan natin, medyo hilig natin yan talaga kumanta, no? Bago tayo pumunta sa industriya ng musika, ayan, ginagawa na natin yan. Tapos napunta na po tayo sa industry ng music. Ngayon po, medyo nakaluwag-luwag, bumabalik po tayo ng paunti-unti kasi mahal natin yung ating nakagisnan, ma'am. Yun ang po ang aking history sa industriya po ito.
Opo. And Doc Sam, ano po ang genre ng music mo noong kabataan mo?
Ay, nung high school po ako, medyo rock ang dating ng ng timplado po ng aking mga kinakanta. Pero as you go along, as you go gets older, medyo nagiging mature na, napupunta na sa pop, nagiging napupunta na ng konti sa mga ballad, no? Pero anong pa rin naman yung puso natin sa rock and reggae genre.
Okay, ano ang favorite rock ballad mo, rock song mo, Doc Sam?
Aerosmith ako, ma'am. Hilig ako sa mga ganyan. Like for example, yung mga It's Amazing, yung mga ganun. Pero dati abot natin yun, ma'am. Pero medyo nung tumanda tayo ng konti, marami na yung sabit, kaya hindi na kaya talaga.
And ngayong umaga na ito, naghanda ka ng kanta para sa aming lahat. Ano po ang title ng kanta?
Just the Two of Us. Pinaka-paborito ko po yan. It's about a song of hope and song of patience. So, hinahandog ko po ito sa inyo, ma'am. At maraming pong salamat sa inyong pag-unlak sa amin. Ang nakikita ko po, wala na pong ibang karapat-dapat para maupong Vice Presidente dito sa Pilipinas, kundi kayo lang po. At marami pong salamat sa inyong serbisyo sa bayan. Hindi na po ako iba, ma'am, sa serbisyo at tatak Duterte. At nakita ko po yan sa loob ng ilang taon po na pamumuno ng inyong tatay. At nakita ko din po yung inyong pagmamalasakit. Kaya nga po nandito ako personally to support you. So, sana po at we hope na talagang pagpalain ng Diyos at may bigay sa atin yung tagumpay. Kasi ang tagumpay po ninyo, ma'am, tagumpay po ng buong Pilipinas. Marami pong salamat sa inyo, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc Sam, sa pagmamahal mo at suporta mo sa aming pamilya, ang pamilyang Duterte. And, ready na po ba? Take it away. Just the two of
Yes,
us.
ma'am.
You and me, Doc Sam.
Yes, ma'am. I see the crystal raindrops fall, and the beauty of it all is when the sun comes shining through. to make those rainbows in my mind. When I think of you sometimes, and I want to start with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, building castles in the sky, just the two of us, you and I. We look for love, no time for tears, but wait, there's all that is, don't make the flowers blow. Good things might come to those who wait, not for the way too late. We gotta go for all we know, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, building castles in the sky, just the two of us, you and I. I hear the crystals, raindrops fall, and the window down the hall becomes the morning blue. And darling, when the morning comes, and I see the morning sun, I wanna be the one with you, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. Just the two of us, building castles way up high, just the two of us, you and I. Just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us, just the two of us. Just the two of us, we can make it, you try, just the two of us. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you po.
Thank you, Doc Sam. Just the two of us.
God bless po, ma'am.
Mensahe mo po para sa mga kababayan natin.
Mensahe ko po sa ating mga kababayan, wag pong mawawala ng pag-asa. Ako po ay isang doktor at nakita ko po ang hirap ng ating mga frontliners, medical frontliners, legal frontliners, mga uniform personnel. Nakita ko po ang mga negosyong bumagsak dahil sa pandemyang to, dahil sa pangangailangan ng ating gobyerno para protektahan po tayo lahat dito sa ating krisis na kinakaharap. Wag po nating tatanggalin ang pag-asa at pananampalataya sa Diyos. At wag po ninyong kalimutan na meron pong Inday Sara na handang tumulong sa inyo, hindi lang ngayong present times, kundi sa hinaharap. Ma'am, marami pong salamat sa pagmamahal niyo sa ating bayan, mama. At nakita ko po yan all throughout. Hindi na po tayo iba sa isa't isa, ma'am. Nakita ko po yan dahil sa nature aking trabaho at sa aking close encounter with your father. Thank you very much po, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doc Sam. At nakakuha ako ng endorsement sa iyo ngayong umaga na ito. Thank you very much, Doc Sam. Laging sinabi ni Doc Sam, there is always hope. Laging may pag-asa. Bago tayo magpaalam, shoutout muna sa mga groups na patuloy ang suporta sa atin. Sa Inday Sara Duterte Ako o ISDA. Inday Sara, ikalawang Pangulo ng Pilipinas o Isip Pilipinas, Sara Tayo, Masada, Inday Cares at iba't ibang BBM Sara Uniteam chapters sa buong mundo. Mag-message lang kayo para mag-greet namin kayo. At paalala po, huwag pong kampante. Nandiyan pa din ang COVID-19 virus. Tandaan, ang pag-iingat ninyo ay pag-iingat din para sa pamilya ninyo. Ako po si Sara Duterte, kasama si Councilor Tech Ocampo ng 1st District ng Davao City. At ito po ang SA4U. Sukaran, mahalin natin ang Pilipinas.
manok nila ang dapat maupo.